Charlie Tango 1 coming at you here. I've got some comments on a video I made regarding these collars and leads, and have to excuse the banging in a minute. One of the comments said, oh, it's a pity you didn't show us all the stitching on the machine. So I'm hoping this is all coming out here, because I've stuck this camera on my head and hoping for the best. So without further ado, let's give that a whack. Obviously wherever I look this camera goes, so that's the unfortunate thing about it, but well, it's not so bad really. I just heated that glue up just to reactivate it really. And he was saying that oh, it's a pity we didn't see the stitching on the machine. So I've done it from start to finish, but I omitted to put this bit of stitching in, so I'm going to do it for you now. Just so please the gentleman, I can't think of his name, but let's hope it all works out. So now this isn't, now this needle here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a shoulder here. Now bear with me, I don't know where it's gone. There's a needle here and it was ideal, but I've got a nail in here because this leather here, this round belting leather, it has like, seems like a membrane running through it. It's rawhide basically, that's what it is. And if that needle hits that, it just bends the needle straight over onto the moving foot, and that's it, bang, your needle goes. Well, I went through quite a few, so I'm not going to go through it again. So I've had to put a heavier gauge needle in here, which looks like a 4-inch nail, by the way. So here we go, let's do this little bit of stitching for you. And I have to do it carefully in case, because even this could bend, this needle, if you're, it's tough old gear. So here we go, without further ado, let's see how we go. One more thing might do it. That's it. Turn around, lift your foot, turn it round. I hope this lamp isn't in the way. I'm trying to move it so that you can see it, or I'm ducking my head down so you can see it. I'm going back over the same stitch holes. So we've got a double stitch there, that's all. That's locked it in as well. So then what we do is we just pull that through there, so that, let's see if we've got that there. Now, just going to go for a ride. I'll leave the machine on, you can come with us. Oh, we're going to go over here. I'm going to burn off these tags. That's it. Then what we do is put that iron back. Yes, I think we'll be right there. Put a little bit of glue on here, just hold it down. It's gone hard, that brush already. Unbelievable, isn't it, eh? That's soon soften up though. It's only been out a couple of seconds. I'll be on the safe side. Right, that's that done. So quick blow, sorry about the noise, quick blow to rapid dry it really. It is a contact glue. It's not one of these that you have to wait for ages. Oh, that's heavy to dry. That ring's a bit hot. I do it every time. I know it's going to be hot and I still do it. Right, let's whack that down. Then what I do is I whack this down on here. Like so. Get this little bit in there. Sorry, it's tending to be a bit. It really makes you conscious when you're doing a bit of videoing, especially as it's hanging off my head. And I don't know if it's getting a video, I'm hoping so. Right, so. What I'm doing is pushing that in there to make sure it sticks well before, like that, see? So that it sticks in that crease in there, fold it in, then I can run the stitch straight in there, hopefully, he says. Got a little bit of fluff there, I want to get rid of that. That's it, there we go. Now we'll put the other one in, but like we all do, we learn the hard way. When you put that ring on, then you put the other one on, which is the swivel. Now if I was to put it on just like that, I'm going to have a hell of a job pushing this back through that ring, as you can see. So, before we go that way, we put it through there. Job done. Now, put the old heat gun on there again to reactivate this glue. It does dry out, and this has been laid like that for a couple of days actually. I cut some off just warm it up and it just reactivates it. That's my mark for where that's going to go. Put it in there. And then we hopefully it'll stay down. If it doesn't, when I get the stitching it will. There we go. Let's have a go at that now. This is the whole process of stitching. I saved you the agony of me actually gluing all this, because you've seen that in the first video. So we're now going to go into this one. Oh, cha. That just goes over the tail end of the leather that I had feathered off anyway. Build the lens, otherwise it pulls it through. One more. That's it. That's the sort of thickness you're going through, see, so you need a hefty old needle to push that lot through. The reason you got that little bit of leather there was because the glue is sticking when it goes through the hole, and it drags up a bit of that leather with it. But not doing it any harm. It's always doing it. There you can see it's little tiny fluffy bits of leather, see? Now we do the same again. Pull that through a little bit and pull that one through. Don't pull it too hard, you pull it right through, which undoes the stitch. But the idea being, back over here, is the stitch has got to go right in the middle. So if you've you pulled it just at the right amount, the stitch will be in the middle. Hence, hopefully, shouldn't come undone. For some reason, this thing has got a will of its own. it. Right. Whew, that's the easy bit, he says. Right, I can see this boring, isn't it? You know, well, you imagine, and I've left the machine on because I'm going back there, haven't I? I've had a run of these, and I've been stuck in this shed, or shall we call it a man cave, for over a week trying to catch up, and it's not been working. So I think I've caught up with it now. Finished with that, so I can put that in my little little pot of thinners. Keep the brush soft. Put the lid on the glue. Stop that drying out. Bit of this. That's that. See, now that ain't quite going to come in the centre, is it? So what do we do with that? Well, I'll tell you what we do. We get all that and we take a dear little smidgen off of there. Hit your nose. And then we'll put it on there like that. I think I come across as not being a really serious person. I like to have a little laugh and a joke and all the other stuff that goes with it. Because I'm a bit like Chris Upton, I'm silly like that. So put that groove in there as well. And you know, life's too short to be serious all the time. Sometimes you have a laugh and a joke. There's a right and a wrong time to be serious, I think. There we go, that's got that in there. And now what we're going to do, I'm leaving the camera on because I'll pull that back up there. There you go. This is for a Labrador, this one. Caught up to the point where this order came in today. But as you know, I don't ship near the weekend because let's move that up out of the way for now, or around there, one or the other. Oh, now move the foot. Too much parcel stuff gets, for my liking, over a weekend, and it's in the sorting office. Seems to go walkabout. So I've had it happen once, and I've had to say kiss it goodbye, but you know, I ain't gonna let it happen again. So I don't ship at the weekend. Right. Plus the fact they get to know, oh, this is a regular bloke, he's always shipping this stuff out. Let's have one of these. Now this is a piping foot. I've had to make this myself. So it basically sits on the piping like that, if you can see that, and then runs along that like that. But I've had to turn it at an angle that way to keep it tight up against the piping, to keep the stitch up tight against the piping, and still, bear with me, just dropped my screw, and still it's not very close. So oh, God, come on. I'll get it together in a minute. Got a screw in the wrong hand. So it looks a bit of a chunk, doesn't it? Still. Yes, this machine, I say it's a new machine, but it's the same principle as the German Adler. They don't do a foot for it. Let's just make sure it sits properly. Right, now let's get this back round here, and I hope that we can see properly. I start with the ring and not the swivel. Oh, this only goes up a little way because I've got the depth of the foot. I'll put that down there like that. Get hold of this stitch size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that. 9. First we're going to go backwards. Push that lever and take it backwards. Have a look, see, another one there. And one more, that's it. Now we're going to go forwards. Now this is where I turn that's this way. So I keep that foot, you can see that little crease there that I made. It's to try and keep that needle as tight to that as possible. Now you'd think the angle I got that at, it will go through the piping, but it doesn't, because the needle's so thick. When it touches that piping, it pushes it that way, away from the piping instead of into it. So alright, there you go, pull that out of there. Pull that through. Make sure it's gone through okay. Turn my machine off. Jump up. Oh. Now all I've got to do is trim this piece off, which I believe you saw. So I'm not going to bore you with watching that. It's like watching paint dry. You see how I increase that stitch size, but it still wants to stick down to a small size. So it started off the right size, but as it's going through, and a lot of that is because the glue's still moist underneath. Although it's set, it's still supple. So without further ado, there you go. That's how I make my collars. That's a little bit, the machining that was missed out of the first video. So I can't think of the gentleman's name. It might have been Lewis or Louis or something like that. But there it is, all done, mate. Hope you enjoyed that. Catch you later.